This is a good recipe if you don't know how to cook. Hello, I'm Phil. This is Pretty Good Cooking. In our last episode, it took me approximately half the episode to tell you what we're cooking. So tonight, I'm just gonna tell you, even though I'm not gonna start cooking it immediately. Tonight, we're gonna make Sloppy Joes. This is actually not just any Sloppy Joes, but Stephanie's mom's Sloppy Joes. I gotta draw a picture of her, because I did that for Grady's mom. I hope I don't offend your mom, Stephanie. This recipe, although not specifically Stephanie's mom, was also requested by Jadouk and Mr. Baggins, who was a patient bastard who waited like a year for this. Here's him literally saying that he's a patient man. The first step of tonight's episode is not officially sanctioned by Stephanie's mom, but I imagine that she'd be okay with it. This is a special drink recipe that we just developed. We call it the Gentle Soul. Here's a spelling out of the pun for those of you who are a little bit slow. First you take your gin and remove the cap, and then you get your mug in your other hand, and the recipe is that you just drink the gin while constantly cheering people with your mug, as follows. Hey! Oh, if you're dense, that wasn't totally serious. If you're not dense, then you're spacious? Tonight's recipe was made by somebody's mom, and therefore I'll try to not say too many mean things, because I'm a nice, well-mannered young boy thing. The first step involves onions. Did you know that all the letters of onion can be found in the phrase on a lion, which is like probably the least opportune time to cut onions, but it's a good time to cry, because you might die crying. The recipe Stephanie sent me said half a cup of chopped onions. Well, I don't measure good, so I'm gonna use half an onion. You're supposed to dice them finely. You know, sometimes in life you just gotta slow down and slowly. Basically, I'm just being really careful. That's it. We got our slices, and now we got our dices. How thin can you go? Alright, it's fine. I don't know, is that a half cup? I think that's more than a half cup. But I like onions, so. I forgot to turn on the pan, so I'm gonna let that heat up for a moment. You guys submitted so many good names for this mug. We haven't been able to pick one yet. Sorry. But we will, eventually. We're on our own time schedule here. I have a skillet heating over medium heat. The recipe did not say to use oil or butter of any kind, but it did say to brown the beef and onion. To me, that means put some oil in it. But I think to a lot of people's moms, it doesn't. Also, this is not non-stick, so I gotta put something or it's gonna stick. Such as oil. This is canola. Alright. If you don't like onions, you're dumb. I don't know if I've expressed just how strongly I feel about that. I've had to kind of like censor myself a little bit because Courtney didn't like them for a long time. It's finally come around. Now I can officially say people who don't like onions are dumb. Except Courtney when she didn't like them. Alright. Onions over there. And yeah, I used yellow onion because it is the most likely one. Oh, what the hell? Hello. This is him. I was rudely interrupted by a phone call, and I ended up burning a couple of the onions, just a little bit. You see there's a little black in there. But listen, Stephanie's mom and all other moms probably burned an onion in their day. So we're just gonna keep going and tell the kids that if they want something else they can cook for themselves. Kids, cook your beef. I got 1 pound of 80-20 ground beef. That's like the classic beef. Make sure you break it up. You can see even though I used oil, it's still sticking. Well, shoot. Alright, we'll let that cook. Stephanie's mom has informed us all that part of this recipe is that you must mix all of the other ingredients in a coffee cup. This one is about dog love. It has a nice saying, the dog would like to know when you're coming home. That's nice, that's cute. Here's some footage of my dogs. All right, we start with ketchup. I've got Hunt's ketchup.
Is there any other kind?
Yeah, there's Heinz. You need a quarter cup. Looks good to me. You need some salt. It says a half teaspoon. Okay, some pepper. This is like Courtney's favorite coffee cup. She's gonna be pissed. Some sugar, a teaspoon. That seems like a lot. You know they say sugar's a drug. This beef might be too high quality for what we're doing. Well, all right, what's next? Some vinegar, a tablespoon. Oh shit, it was a tablespoon of sugar. That's even more. I ain't putting that in. No, where's that vinegar at? Yeah, here's the great challenge of having a gallon of vinegar. You gotta put a tablespoon in. That's a glug. Glug. All right. And mustard powder. It says a quarter teaspoon. When you get something that small, you could just put in like that. Guess that's close enough. Oh man, we're cooking now. And very important that it be name brand Campbell's condensed tomato soup. Stephanie has done the research and the experiments, and any other kind will simply not do. Oh, that looks lovely. Beef's almost brown. Your mom's probably doesn't have chopsticks, so we'll just use a spoon. Unless your mom is from a place that uses chopsticks. What a day and age we live in where you could say stuff like that and like possibly offend someone. Just like swap for like any other utensil. You're like, mom probably uses a spoon if she's from a place where like, you know, they use spoons. That's fucked up. Looks like tomato soup. Thick. Smells like ketchup. Literally just ketchup. I wonder if we could have just used a cup of ketchup. Alright, we're brown. I don't think I want to drain it. That's really not much grease.
It's 20%.
Doesn't look like 20%. I'm gonna try to drain this. This pan's not really conducive for that. Got that wide lip, so kind of f***ed here. Stay back, beef. Alright, close enough. Alright, and the last step is to pour over until bubbly. Mix it on up. I was thinking like mom's spaghetti, but this is something else. In the spirit of practicality, we got rolls from the discount rack. These are sweet Italian, feel kind of greasy. Use your onion knife to cut it open. Oh man, it bubbled so fast. Smells like vinegar. I know we've been making fun of this, but it smells pretty good. Kind of like, smells a little bit like tomato soup, a little bit like ketchup, a little bit like beef. I have no idea why it smells like those three things in particular. Actually, I do. All right, let's plate her up. Plate her up on a cold bun, because why not? Carefully place on a bun, carefully. Oh yeah, it's sloppy, never mind, you don't have to be careful. There's your bun, maybe a side of corn chips, off-brand of course. There's your dinner, kid. These are sloppy, you need a paper towel. Already lost some of it. Nice ketchup flavor. I like it, it's good, perfect. You did a great job, Stephanie's mom. Just like Stephanie's mom used to make for Stephanie. An experience in which I do not have the context to truly relate. And on that, I bid you adieu!